Back when I was in high school in the early 1970s, my mother decided she wanted a large enclosed back porch. And so my dad, God bless him, traded his boat to one of my cousins who was a carpenter. And my cousin agreed to come and build that porch. But my dad had to agree to put in the foundation. Now it was going to be a raised porch, so it had to be filled. And my dad got these broken concrete slabs. Someone came in a dump truck and poured them in this brick frame that he had made. But before they could really pour the cement in there, it was decided it was best to bust up these slabs with a sledgehammer. Well, I was the one picked to do the busting. And I remember the days out there with the sledgehammer smashing away into the concrete. Well, today's saint has a lot to do with a sledgehammer. His name was Sabinus, Saint Sabinus. And Saint Sabinus lived in the late 200s, early 300s, a time of great persecution of Christians. And we'll get into that later on this summer. He was elected bishop, and he worked very hard with his people defending the faith. Well, one day he was hauled into one of the temples of Jupiter and told that he had to sacrifice to the god of Jupiter, otherwise he would be arrested. Well, Sabinus said, "I'll be right back," thinking he was going to come back with his own incense. He came back with a sledgehammer and tore into the statue of Jupiter and smashed it. Well, this outraged the temple priests, and they were about to take Sabinus' life when an earthquake came, and the earthquake knocked down the temple as a whole. Well, a lot of people thought, well, maybe Sabinus' God is the real God, and he dodged it. He dodged martyrdom that day. Well, later on, under the terrible persecution of Diocletian, which we'll talk about later on this summer, he was arrested for the crime of being a Christian, and his hands were cut off as punishment. Well, even without his hands, he had a gift of healing, and he prayed over a blind boy and cured him, restoring the boy's sight. He also converted the jailer and many of the people who worked in the jail. This so outraged the local governor that they had Sabinus burnt to death.